Okay, so now I got this other bracket here bolted on. There was 4 bolts. I didn't video that because I thought it'd be pretty boring watching me put 4 bolts in. But I had some longer ones. I cut them to fit into the holes, but to make sure that they went down into the bolt holes as far as possible. The more threads that we can engage into the aluminum case, the better this bracket's going to hold, and I don't want it to come loose again. A thread locker and lock washers. Now, I was kind of held up for a day because I thought I had more of those 5/16 diameter lock washers, and I didn't. So I had to go into town to get 4 of them. I ended up getting a bag full just so I have lots. Started to put this pump here, getting it ready to fit down in. Now, I remember when Noelia was taking this out, that it was tight, and to get things to come off here with that pulley, I know there wasn't a lot of room. So I've got this pulley that's going to go on. I know which side faces out because here's those holes that I tapped in order to get a gear puller on to pull this off. So I'm going to set this down in place here so that when I put this pump in, because I think once the shaft goes in, there's not room to get the pulleys in. So I'm going to set them in place, get this pump to go down in, and it should fit, I think. You see, there's another couple of lines in the way here. Oh, get this hydraulic line out of the way. That pump, there it goes, down into place. And I think that's going to go on there. I'm going to fit the pulley on a little bit onto the end of that shaft, I think, first. See if I can get this to go on there. There. That is started on. Okay. So now, it's kind of a tight fit. It's not bad to get at. And that is going to fit into this hole here on that bracket. There. There's 2 bolts that go in. Then I'll get the pulleys lined up like I did before. We'll get 2 new belts. I'm going to connect up the hydraulic hoses, get the control arm back on here, connect it up to this control lever. And once that is all done, it's ready for the motor. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. I put new bolts in here because the other ones were getting quite worn. And I'm going to show you, and this is where paying attention to detail really is important. So here are the bolts that came out of that bracket. Now, if you see on the side, let me hold that up against there. See how that's worn through? That's from moving back and forth on that plate. If we didn't take a good look at these bolts and we just stuck them back in, this one's not likely going to hold very well, and we're going to have the same problem all over again. There was another couple here that were, they're in pretty good shape, but looking at the tops of these threads, it looks like, there's been a little bit of movement here too. So, best to take no shortcuts and go ahead and put all new bolts in. I'll show you the next step.